Chicago Fire Season 12 already has a pairing that can replace Sylvie Brett and Matt Casey, and they have the potential to even be better. Despite being a first responder procedural, One Chicago's inaugural show has always included a love story in its storytelling. This doesn't mean that romantic pairings always end up with each other. In fact, happy endings are very rare to come by. So being able to see Brett and Casey tying the knot in Chicago Fire Season 12, Episode 6, Port in the Storm, is such a treat. That being said, seeing them live their happily ever after means that Firehouse 51 also has to let them go. Chicago Fire Season 12 officially writes Casey and Brett out, as they move to their new life in Portland, Oregon. Aside from Chief Bowden losing personnel, their departure also leaves a big romantic void in One Chicago. Granted that Chicago Fire still has Kelly Severide and Stella Kidd as mainstays, their love story has long graduated from the thrills of a new relationship. Luckily, the show has another budding romance with Sam Carver and Violet Mikami. How Carver and Violet can be better than Chicago Fire's Casey and Brett. Jake Lockett as Sam Carver and Hanako Greensmith as Violet Mikami in Chicago Fire Season 12, Episode 6. Carver and Violet's romance is one of the most surprising recent arcs in Chicago Fire. When Carver joined Firehouse 51, it seemed like he harbored some feelings for Kidd, which eventually shifted towards Wendy Seeger. Meanwhile, it hasn't been that long since Violet lost Evan Hawkins in a freak fire accident. The tragedy appeared to be a way to make her and Blake Gallo an item after years of allusion to their mutual attraction, but nothing came out of it. Now, they are Firehouse 51's latest romantic pairing, and they have the potential to be better than Casey and Brett. With Carver and Violet, however, there is no complication when it comes to their past relationships. Casey was once married to Gabby Dawson, Brett's former partner and best friend. While Chicago Fire did a great job developing Casey and Brett's love story, it's still off-putting to think about their previous dynamic and easy to wonder how things could have been very different for them had Gabby stayed at Firehouse 51. Viewers don't have to deal with that kind of conflict when rooting for Carver and Violet. They're free from that kind of baggage. Why Chicago Fire needs Carver and Violet now more than ever. Chicago Fire Severide Stella Violet Carver. Firehouse 51 has gone through the ringer, both professionally and personally. Right now, only Kidd and Severide are its prominent couple. Aside from being in an entirely different time in their relationship with Carver and Violet, there's also a seeming looming threat that they are not going to make it. Chicago Fire Season 12 has shown cracks in the married couple's relationship, primarily brought about by Severide's insistence on being a fire cop and prioritizing it over pretty much everything. If they end up divorcing, at least the show still has a burgeoning romance that can last for a while.